Hi, let's talk about the best tinted SPFs for acne-prone oily skins that are, suitable for the warm, tan, medium, olive, South Asian, Latino complexions as well. Now, we're leaving out tinted moisturizers and tinted BB creams and CC creams and all that sort of thing, because, or even foundations with SPF, because invariably what happens is that the filter, the sunscreen that you apply on your face, the quantity is insufficient to provide decent sun protection. You will have to apply a lot of it to get the sufficient sun protection. In the case of tinted moisturizers and so on, they are good when you're reapplying. They're all right for touching up. They're all right if you've already applied a sunscreen beneath and this is just on top. But otherwise you need a certain quantity of the sunscreen for proper protection. So in the case of tinted SPFs, they're basically the filter that is a sun protection ingredient. Titanium dioxide, zinc oxide in the case of physical sunscreens, or mineral sunscreens, and a number of products in the case of chemical sunscreens, oxynoxide, avobenzone, and so on. So basically these are those filters with some pigment for the color. That way you only need about a tablespoon for your entire face. In the case of a tinted moisturizer or a foundation with SPF or a BB cream or a CC cream, you're going to need a lot of quantity for the same level of sun protection that a regular sunscreen offers. So I prefer SPFs with a tint. And above that, you can apply your regular foundation or skip it. It's entirely up to you. Sometimes if my skin is in very good condition, I skip. And if I don't have a long day, if I don't have an important day. On the other hand, if my skin has acne, then I apply a foundation on top. Now, I've left out a number of big name brands for various reasons. The first is availability. These ought to be available worldwide. This blog includes products that are available worldwide. The second reason is shade suitability. A lot of these, don't cover deeper skin tones, tan skin tones, olive skin tones, warm skin tones, or even very deep skin tones. So invariably when there is a tinted SPF, you find that it is either paler or palest. So that is a problem that I've faced for some time now. The next thing is that I'm leaving out products with a lot of oil in their ingredients, because oily skin, more oil, clogged pores, or breakout prone skin, I try to avoid. So Cooler is a brand. There is a tinted stick even for Cooler and a tinted moisturizer. I've left out Cooler entirely, and a tinted sunscreen as well. I've left them out because there's a lot of oils in their ingredients, and I get breakouts if I use Cooler products. Except for a setting spray with the SPF, which I quite like, but that's not tinted, so we're not going to talk about that here. So off we go. Most famous, we have La Roche-Posay. Two tinted products. The first is my absolute favorite. They've gone and discontinued. It stands to reason. I had the sense to buy about 4 tubes before they discontinued. This is their SPF 50 Unifying Blur, Smoothing Optical Blur. And it is very thick, not at all watery, not at all hydrous. And that's the tint. They only have one tint, so you can see that should cover skin tones that are even, a shade or two deeper than mine. So it performs, the formula is a lot like Benefit Professional. So if you're oily skinned, if you like your mattifying product, if you like Benefit Professional, if you want to control your shine, your grease, beautiful. So the next product from La Roche-Posay is still available. This is their gel creme. It's also tinted. Unfortunately, the tint is a lot lighter. It does adapt to the skin, but the tint is still paler than the optical blur. Now I'm going to apply rather thick, heavy swatches, so you can see the difference in the shade. Both these are hybrid. They contain mineral as well as chemical filters. Of the two, obviously I prefer the smoothing blur because A, the skin tone is deeper, and B, it's very mattifying. Avoid this if you have dry skin, if you have flaky skin, and if you want your moisture. This is alright if you want your hydration. So those are from La Roche-Posay. Now La Roche-Posay also has a fluid which is tinted, but as I told you, this one is for oily skinned people specifically. So what happens is that, you know, the fluid on me looks very, very greasy, so I'm not including it in this list. The next two are from a brand called Ultra Sun. So this is their face tinted honey, and this is the tinted anti-aging sun protection. So they have two shades, honey and ivory. Surprise, surprise, I picked honey. So nice pump product there. So tinted honey, very thick swatch, Ultra Sun. That is ultrasound. I keep saying ultrasound. So that's Ultra Sun tinted honey. Ivory obviously will be a lot paler than this. And this one is SPF 50 broad spectrum UVA and UVB rays, just like the La Roche-Posay. I forgot to mention La Roche-Posay also SPF 50 UVA and UVB broad spectrum protection. The second Ultra Sun product, I keep saying ultrasound in my mind for some reason. So this one doesn't actually have a shade name, but the tint is kind of the same shade as honey. So that one's a lot runnier, more liquidy. Hang on, let me just wipe my fingers first. Now, both these products from Ultra Sun are still very much available. I highly recommend them if you're looking for broad spectrum UVA, UVB protection. Both are hybrid, not mineral filter alone. They have mineral as well as chemical filter, so it covers everything. Hang on. The next one is from Dr. Dennis Gross. This is their Instant Radiance Sun Defense Broad Spectrum SPF 40. It is entirely physical. The filters are titanium dioxide and zinc oxide alone. Two shades, light medium and medium deep. The problem, however, is this. Hang on, I'll just swatch this and then talk about it. So that is light medium. Now, why on earth would a South Asian go and buy light medium, you ask? For starters, it spreads out all right. Look, no cast, blending it out on this side. So this is blended over here, and this is a thick swatch. I'll tell you why I bought light medium and not medium deep. It's just because this one contains mica. So medium deep, when I swatched it in Space NK, it was very, very shimmery, and you know, there was a bit of a glistening quality to it, I didn't like it. The mica was a bit, I mean, I wouldn't say glittery, I wouldn't say Edward Cullen sunlight, but you know, there was a glistening quality to it that I didn't like. That is a lot less evident with light medium, and the sales assistant said I could pull off light medium, so I went in for light medium. If you are looking for the deeper shade, I warn you, it contains mica. It can look glistening on your skin. The next one is from Shiseido, Japanese sunscreen here. This is 50 SPF, obviously. Wet Force BB, BB for sports. I know it says BB, but this is not a BB cream as such. It's a tinted SPF for sports. And this is the cute packaging that you have there. This comes in 3 shades, light, medium and dark, and I have picked dark simply because in the case of Japanese and Korean sunscreens and BB creams and CC creams, dark usually means pale, and medium means paler, and light means palest of pale. So pick dark, and let's just swatch that for you. See, now that is yellow undertoned, and it's not as dark as you expected, is it? That's the problem with Korean and Japanese BB, CC, sun protection, tinted moisturizer, foundation products. The shade range is appalling, and invariably dark is medium, medium is light, and light or fair is alabaster. Now this one is a hybrid as well, the Shiseido. It contains titanium dioxide as well as that ethyl hexyl methoxycinnamate, however you pronounce that thing. The next one though is entirely physical, and it is definitely my favorite. In terms of availability, though there's a bit of a struggle, it's not universally available. I don't think it's actually available outside of the US, though she does ship worldwide if you ask her to. This is entirely physical, as I said. The tint is more or less universal. It adapts to your skin tone. That is the tint. This is the Diane Tinted Mineral Sunscreen, so that's the one. Perfect for my skin tone. I have been saving this and saving this and saving this formula, very similar to Professional, very mattifying, no illumination there, nice sebum control, silicone, non-greasy product, no whitish cast, no problems, absolutely adore it. Problem, availability. So I know that you want me to mention the prices of each one. I've got them all in the description box below. Now the next one is also entirely physical. It is a Soleil Toujours SPF 30 Mineral Sunscreen Glow. So I'll just show you what the tube looks like. This is gorgeous, very sleek, sophisticated, posh. So I first got this from a Caroline Hirons beauty box from Space NK. So and I fell in love with it. The only problem is that it contains isoparaffin, which is mineral oil derived, and if you are prone to breakouts, it should break you out. But in my case, I apply it above everything else, so it is an occlusive, and because it's above everything else, it doesn't break me out. So far, touch wood, hopefully I will be able to finish the tube without problems. Quick swatch. Okay, there's no space on that hand. Hang on, let me just wipe this off and I'll find another hand for you. Be mindful that this is, yeah, that is the Soleil Toujours. Now, because tinted SPFs are very, very sheer, you don't have to worry about an exact shade match. They will adapt to your skin tone in most cases, even when they're on the really pale side. Watch this. Let's, blend this out. See, that's not so bad. That's the Diane blended out. And this one is the Shiseido Dark. Okay, that is a bit dark. Eighth product, Aven Tinted Day Protector. This comes only in one shade, and it is paler than paleness, as you will see in a minute. So that's the swatch. Again, this is a hybrid, contains chemical and physical filters. So if you're looking for purely physical, that may not work. So my camera mysteriously stopped recording halfway, 5/6 of the way through this video. So the last sunscreen is from Quartz. It's the Face Prime and Protect Tinted SPF 40 Sheer Matte Mineral Sunscreen PA+++. The filters are titanium dioxide and zinc oxide, and the reason I love this so much is that it is 100% free of chemical sunscreens, oils, preservatives, fragrances, parabens, gluten, and phthalates. So I'll just watch this, just cruelty free. I bought this after seeing a review of this on Alison Cohen of Never Say Die Beauty's blog. I will link up her review in the description box below so you can see very quickly. This is the swatch. So this isn't with the others because this segment was recorded along with the others. Disappeared mysteriously. So this is a swatch, and I'll just blend that out. So as you can see, that tint is wonderful for my skin tone. What it does is it sort of evens out my skin tone rather than provide heavy coverage or anything. It doesn't do any of that, but it does even out the skin tone nicely. I had actually bought the Michelle Dermaceuticals sunscreen tinted mineral. Again, that was a mineral sunscreen. This is the one, and I stopped using it after I found out that it contained hydrolyzed wheat protein, and I developed a reaction yet again. So steroids, antihistamines, acne. So I'm very, very happy to find that this is entirely free of gluten. One thing This is very, very, very similar to the amidine formula. So if you've been using the amidine formula and, want to find something that's a bit more available, but more accessible, maybe, costing even less, Quartz is a great choice for you. If you, are using Quartz and want an alternative in case they discontinue it, which they probably will, because whatever I love is, tends to be discontinued fastest. So in that case, the amidine is a great dupe for this. The texture, formulation, ingredients, the tint, very, very similar there. Both entirely oil-free, 100% no breakouts. Ordered a second tube already. One thing I don't like is that this comes in 42.5 grams. Amidine is 50. I do wish, somebody would decide to bring out, 100 grams or, even 200 grams. The Soleil Toujours alone is, a nice big chunk because you apply so much SPF, and I tend to, I sort of have to save these, So those are 8 tinted SPFs, not tinted moisturizers, not BBCC creams, not foundations with SPFs, specifically tinted SPF, tinted sun protection factors, filters, sun blocker filters, with a tint, with some pigment for color. They're not to be used instead of foundation. They're not going to provide much coverage. They go on sheer, so you might want to layer them beneath makeup or use these for touching up or for reapplication alone. But the good news is that you only need as much as a regular sunscreen, so as much as about a tablespoon or so will be enough for the entire face. On the other hand, tinted moisturizer with SPF, or, a foundation with SPF, or a BB or CC cream, that much coverage isn't enough because you won't be getting enough sun protection from a tablespoon. You need more. So that the quantity that you need for proper sun protection will be very, very thick a layer. And that could look very cakey and awkward. In the case of tinted SPFs, that's not going to happen. And the best part is that they don't leave a whitish cast either because they're tinted. So for reference, I'm somewhere in the middle of the shade spectrum, NC37, yellow undertones, South Asian, olive hued, etc., etc. And I have very oily, acne-prone, breakout-prone skin, so keep that in mind. The products that I am mentioning are going to be suitable for my skin type. If you're very, very acne prone, if air makes you break out, if you grease up within a few minutes of applying your makeup, then yes, these are decent sunscreens. For if you have very dry skin, some of those especially must be avoided. So where to buy all of these, I shall link in the description box below. All of these are available worldwide. I think the amidine, for it to ship worldwide, you need to talk to them. But they will arrange something. I will also hit up the prices of these products, so you can check all of that out. Which is your favorite sun protection factor, sun SPF product? Do you like tinted SPFs, or do you prefer regular SPF and then makeup on top, or do you prefer tinted SPF and foundation on top? Or are you brave enough to risk it with just foundation with SPF, or tinted moisturizer with SPF, or a BB or CC cream? I think that should be enough if you, live in a place with a very low UV index, or, don't really go outdoors at all and are not exposed to the sun in the daytime. Between the evil hours of 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. In that case, a tinted moisturizer with SPF or BB or CC cream with a high protection factor should be enough. But otherwise, better safe than sorry. Sunscreen is the product that you need for anti-aging. It is the product that you need if you have any kind of acne scars and are fighting hyperpigmentation. It is the product that you need if you're retinoling, undergoing laser procedure, if you're using acid, all of the above. Check, check, check by me. So I need my high dose sunscreen in my life, and I can't live without my tinted products. So never go without sunscreen, please, no matter what you do. By all means, unsubscribe to my channel, never watch my videos again, leave hate mail, hate comments, but please use sunscreen. So that's all from me for today. Thank you for watching this video. Please do give me a thumbs up, and please hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell, and I'll speak to you soon.